Oh, buddy, the year is over. Time to look back at some of the top spots I had a chance to stay at in 2020. Are you ready to do this? Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, buddy, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Woo! Woo! Hey everybody, David, aka RVJedeye. I hope you and your family are having a happy and safe holiday season, and we are all looking forward to ringing in the new year 2021 and kicking out 2020. Now, this is a video that I love to do. I've been doing it ever since I started my RV channel, and it is a look back at some of the places I stayed over the year. Now, this year has been absolutely crazy with the pandemic. I started my RV year back in Florida, where I had to pick up my RV, bring it here to Northeast Wisconsin. Had some RVing trouble on the way, but still was able to get out and start exploring the new area that I am in now, and I hope to do a lot more of it in 2021. So that being the case, we're going to start this list off with the top 5 spots that I stayed in 2020 with one caveat. Again, a crazy year, but I think you're going to enjoy some of the places that I stayed and some of the information that I shared with you, so that in 2021, if you get out there and start RVing, you'll have a couple of extra spots to consider when you set up your trip. Now, this year, we're only going to do 5 locations for this list, so it'll be the top 5 list, and we have one caveat. So we're going to start off this list just outside of number 5 with the best spot that I stayed at this year in 2020. Just outside of the top 5, the Kettle Moraine State Forest Long Lake Recreation Area. Now, when I went down to get my RV and bring it back, I had a chance to stay at what I thought was going to be my first Wisconsin State Park, and this is where I stayed. You know, a beautiful park, an interesting place. It has water. I had a little problem with my RV refrigerator, but other than that, it was a great place and just made it outside of the top 5 for 2020. So this is my big surprise. I'm at Kettle Moraine State Park, just about an hour and a half outside of Green Bay. Now, this was supposed to be my first state park, and I guess technically it is. Whenever I get to a state park, I like to check it out, and you guys come with me for the very first time. And this one, from what I could tell, was really pretty. It was interesting. You know, when I went out for my hike, I noticed there was a lake here, and not too far, maybe about 5-10 minute walk, and it's a really pretty lake. I'm shutting her down and bringing her back home. It just was, my refrigerator wasn't good and broken, so I have to go home. I'll be back to another state park, maybe even come back here. Starting the official list at number 5 is Bayshore Park RV Park. It's a county park just outside of Green Bay. I love a good county park, and this one turned out to be a really nice one. Again, near water. The locations to park were pretty good, although in the back they are very narrow, so you might have to watch out if you are tucked away in the back. Normally, they have some great places for kids to play, but obviously because of the pandemic, it was a little tough. But again, a great county park, and it comes in at number 5. Okay, so this is the first. I got to my site, and it was site 83, and it was just too narrow for me to back in. Thank goodness there was a camp host here, and they were able to switch me out So I have a nice spot that actually turns out to be a little bit better because it is paved. So let's go set up. Part, this is not a bad county campground. I always like and always suggest checking out county campgrounds because sometimes they're off the beaten path, which makes it really interesting. For me, you know, I love to go for a hike, and there was some great hiking here as well. But look at this. This is what makes this hike very interesting. You can hear the bay just off to the side as you do this hike. This is really cool. So the hike down to the boat dock here, this kind of beach area was fun. It was narrow, it was kind of difficult. There were some stairs, but for the most part, it was all kind of rocky terrain. Not for your average hiker, but still a fun hike. When you get here, you get to see the water. I love water. So that makes hiking here pretty special. Fourth on the list, well, I did make it back to Kettle Moraine State Forest, this time staying at Mauthe Lake, also in the northern division of Kettle Moraine State Forest. This is a smaller state park area in Kettle Moraine Forest. Still a very beautiful place near water. Again, the sites were pretty easy to navigate and get through, but some great hiking, which I really love to do. And again, outside of the pandemic, there were some great spots for families and kids to hang out. I am back. Yes, I am back at Kettle Moraine State Forest. This was the very first place I camped when I came to Wisconsin. When I first came here, I stayed at the Long Lake location, which is about 5 to 10 minutes away from here. I am at the Mauthe Lake location, recreation location. And if you remember, the first time stopping here at Kettle Moraine was a little bit of a adventure. So again, this is a huge place. Kettle Moraine State Forest, over 30,000 acres. There are 6 individual units. This is the northern unit, and Mauthe Lake is just an absolutely beautiful location. Very different than Long Lake, as I remember. You know, on the back of that bike that just drove by, they were towing a little cart. In that cart, not babies, 2 pugs. Yeah, bike riding with dogs. Topping out at number 3, Hartman Creek State Park down in Wapaka. You know, this probably would have been higher up on the list had I gone there during warmer weather. When I was there, it rained pretty much all the time, and it was really cold. But the park is absolutely gorgeous. Some great hiking. Again, there is a lake there, so there is some water, and it's a place I think you'll really enjoy. Okay, so I'm here at Hartman Creek State Park. This is my first night here. Normally, when I get here, I like to go on a hike to just kind of explore the area. It's not a real hike, but just to get a feel for myself. And I have to tell you, this is one of the reasons why I love camping in the middle of the week. There is absolutely no one here. Now, granted, it is towards the end of October. It is very cold, so it'll be interesting to see how it goes tonight. But I think that's part of the reason why people aren't coming out and camping right now, because they think it's going to be too cold. So we'll see how this goes, but let's check things out as we get ready for some cold RVing in Wisconsin. Okay, I won't lie, this is one of the best parts about having an RV on a cold and wet, rainy day. I have my heaters, I have some work to do on the computer, and I have some movies. So I think that's how I'm going to spend today. No hike, but hopefully I'll get a hike tomorrow because I think the rain is actually going to pass through. Some people have even said, hey, why not try to do it in the snow? There are some parks that are open all year long, and you can hook up. You probably are going to want to have a heated hose, maybe some underskirting for your rig and things like that. So there are ways to RV in the dead of the cold and in the snow. I am not going to be one of those people to try it. I think that this is probably the coldest that I want to get on an RV trip, but that's okay. Number 2 on the list, Potowatomi State Park in Door County. Now, this ended up actually being my first official state park in Wisconsin. I was able to get out there, really enjoy it. Again, some water around there, which always makes RVing nice for me. Some really nice hiking trails. And all in all, a really cool place to go explore and stay. Late in the day, I decided to do just a quick little walk around the campground, try to find out what everything was all about. I love this sign, 6 feet apart with a cow, and then I found this. So my site is all set up. It's kind of late, so I didn't get a chance to really do a full exploration of the park. But so far, from what I can see, great water view here. It's just about a 5-minute walk up to the camping location. The camping area is packed, and this is a Tuesday for me. But still, I think it's going to be a nice getaway. Looking forward to really exploring tomorrow. We'll see how it all turns out. So it took just under an hour, almost about 55 minutes to hike up here from the camping site where I'm at. And there were a couple of times in the middle of it, I was like, no, I'm turning around. But I'm glad I got here. Look at this view. One of the best parts about going out and hiking, seeing things like this. So this is absolutely fantastic. This is why you hike up here. And the number 1 RV location for me in 2020, well, it comes down to what I always talk about, being near water. And that's Kohler-Andrae State Park in Sheboygan. Absolutely fantastic. The park is nice and large. It's right off of Lake Michigan, so you get the breezes and you get to hike around there and really explore and enjoy the water. It's just a really gorgeous place to spend some time. And for me, in 2020, Kohler-Andrae was the number 1 park that I hit up. Now this is just about an hour outside of Green Bay, so it was an easy straight drive over here, and I have to tell you, this park has been absolutely fantastic. It is right near Lake Michigan, so you get a chance to check out the water, and as I have said multiple times, anytime I'm near water, I absolutely love it. Now, the site that I'm at is 203. It is right at the corner of Marsh View and South Camp. So what happens is it's on the corner just as you can go one way to start a hike, or you can go one way up the hill a little bit to go through the inner loop. Where I am, I'm on the outside of the inner loop, and you can see here there are a lot of sites that are on the outside on the main road area, and it's actually pretty good for the RV. The only thing is there is a little bit of noise periodically as cars come through. All right, so this makes this hike absolutely perfect. Again, seeing some water, getting a chance to really see Lake Michigan. This is just absolutely fantastic. So far, Kohler-Andrae State Park has turned out to be pretty cool. So there you have it, the top 5 RV spots for me in 2020. I think they were all amazing places, and some, oh, wait a second. I did forget one more place that I stayed, and well, that of course is with Mom. Yep, I told you before I had to go down to Florida, pick up my RV, bring it back. And when I did, I got a chance to hang out with my mom for a little while. And I absolutely love my mom. And so anytime I get to spend time with her, she will always get an extra spot on my RV list. So she's kind of 1A or the top spot. But I loved seeing Mom, and that ranks right up there. Not everybody can go stay there, but I had the opportunity. So that's going to do it for 2020. So many great places that I had a chance to explore, and I'm looking forward to opening it up big time in 2021 and start getting out there and checking out even more spots for the new year. I hope you and your family have an amazing new year, and I hope that 2021 is spectacular for you and I guess for everybody out there. We need a big break after 2020. Hey, that's going to do it right now for me. Make sure you follow me all over social media at RVJedeye. And then, of course, you can follow me on my blog at RVJedeye.com. Get out there, RV, enjoy anytime you can be out there. And together, let's make 2021 a very, very special year. We'll see you next time.